So this is take 3 of A Holiday for Mr. Mustard. For my grandchildren, this is a favorite book that my kids loved when they were little, and I'm hoping that my grandchildren will enjoy it as much as my kids did. Holiday for Mr. Mustard. There were sneezes and sore throats at the zoo. All the animals had very bad head colds. Mr. Mustard, the zookeeper, was worried, and he telephoned the doctor. Back in the days when you had cords, you see, that went to your telephone. The doctor came and gave pills and cough syrup to everyone. These animals have been sitting in their cramped cages for too long, said the doctor. They need exercise and fresh salt air. Mustard, as soon as they are all well again, you should take them to the seashore. In a few days, all of the animals were feeling much better, and Mr. Mustard packed a little picnic lunch. Does that look like a little picnic lunch to you guys? I don't think so. And here they all are, getting ready to go on their special trip. And here's the bus. He hired a bus to take them to the seashore. Look at them. They are having a ball. All day long, everyone picnicked and played at the beach. Oh my, there they are. It's time to go home now, said Mr. Mustard as he dried each animal with a large towel. Just then they heard something. The sound of tinkling music was coming from a nearby amusement park. The animals listened to the music and they saw the beautiful colored lights. Suddenly all the animals rushed into the amusement park. Stop! Come back! Exclaimed Mr. Mustard. But there were so many things to see that the animals forgot he was there. Wow, it looks like a lot of fun. I see the Super Duper Looper ride there somewhere, huh? Come back, shouted Mr. Mustard. But the roller coaster was rumbling so loudly that no one could hear. Those animals look like they're having a lot of fun. Look at that Ferris wheel that they're on. Come back, called Mr. Mustard. But the Ferris wheel was spinning so fast that no one would listen. Oh my, look at that picture. Whoa. Look, Maggie's trying to get my chocolate. Oh, do come back, Mr. Mustard said. Come back, cried Mr. Mustard, but the animals on the parachute jump were having too much fun. Maggie thinks so too. Look, the animals hoped that Mr. Mustard would leave them in the amusement park forever. Did you guys wish that we had left you at Hershey Park forever? The day is ruined, Mr. Mustard sobbed. I must find a way to take the animals home. Maggie, stop. You may not have this. No chocolate for dogs. Just as Mr. Mustard... Sit down, Riley. Just as Mr. Mustard finished the last gurgle of his soda, he had an idea. Give me that. I have an idea, he cried. He hurried to the store and he bought many, many things. Mr. Mustard ran back to the bus and he hammered and sawed and he painted and nailed. Then he tied a big black mustache around his nose. Now no one will know who I am, he said. What do you think? Do you think he'd be a good candidate for your spy party, guys? Whoa, look at that cool bus. Step right up, called Mr. Mustard. Here is the most exciting ride in the whole amusement park. The animals listened to the strange man with the big black mustache. They all wanted to try the most exciting ride in the whole amusement park, and they quickly climbed on the bus. Boom, boom, snort, snort went the bus as Mr. Mustard stepped on the starter. They drove over bridges and up high hills. They drove past cities and farms. Everyone agreed with the man with the mustache. This ride was certainly the best of all. Suddenly the bus stopped. The ride was over, and the animals climbed. Excuse me. Maggie's trying to get the rawhide. The animals climbed sadly out of the bus. There was the zoo. But where was Mr. Mustard? The animals growled at the man with the big black mustache. Surprise! It's me, cried Mr. Mustard, taking off his disguise. Looks a little bit like Maggie, I think. A little bit like Maggie. Maybe a little bit like Riley. Yeah, maybe not. Surprise! It's me, cried Mr. Mustard, taking off his disguise. And when the animals saw him again, they felt much better. So you can see here how they felt so much better. See the last page. They felt even better every time Mr. Mustard took them for another ride. They would wave to children, and they would listen to the wind in their ears. It was always the most exciting ride in the world.